My man, it's good to chat
How you
face to
doing, Shane?
face. Hey, what do we call you? Type? Xavier?
Yeah,
The X
I
Factor?
guess you can just call me Type, man, or you can call me X. Most of the time, I want something to be one syllable, so when we're grinding, Type or X is okay.
Okay, we'll keep it type then. That's easy for me. That's how I've always known you behind the scenes, anyways. Well, look, man, you were the anchor on one of the only teams last year to take us to 3 games. You were an absolute horse in those series. We're very excited to have you here in Toronto. Have you ever been to Canada? Like, what do you know about Toronto?
I actually don't know much about Toronto, the city itself. I've never been to Canada. I've actually never been outside the country, so this is going to be my first time. And I'm excited to be there. I've heard great things through Kenny and Cook about how the city is already, but I'm really ready to experience it myself.
Awesome. Well, we got an amazing culture here. Obviously, we export a lot of good stuff when it comes to sports and rap and entertainment. Obviously, things are a little bit different right now with the pandemic. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we come out the other side of this thing before next season, and we'll get to show you, the true sides of Toronto that we want you to be able to experience. Maybe get you to some Raptor games and stuff like that. Would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, I can't lie. Looking at your guys' content and being the outside looking in, I was definitely jealous the past few seasons of what some of the players got to experience and some of the benefits they had of being a Raptor. So, I'm already excited to get those benefits as soon as I come in and experience some of those games and some of the entertainment they have to offer. They have one of the best, I think the best in my opinion, rapper slash artist. Drake. So it's going to be a
Same.
lot going on
Goat.
out there. I assume when I get out there, but I'm ready to be there now.
100%, man. You bring a big personality. You bring a lot of skill in game to back it up. That's what our fans love. So we're going to put the spotlight on you and you just be yourself. And that personality is going to come booming through in our content. There's no doubt about it. And listen, I already told you this. We think the sky is the limit for you. Kenny and Timely see greatness in you. As everyone knows, and as we've covered in our content, this was not an easy trade for us to make. I think if you had asked me back in August, September, what the odds of us having a different center next year were, I would have said very, very low, maybe non-existent. But, as we started talking through and thinking through the prospect of introducing you into this lineup with Kenny and Timely, it got really exciting for us. And we saw a lot of potential for you to maybe hit a new height. And I mean, man, you hit some heights with the Warriors. Obviously, you won tournament MVP. We thought you deserved it. You could have got it the next tournament too, to be honest with you. But that was certainly something that was on our mind. But don't take it from me. Let's bring the boys onto the call. Let's have our first team meeting here with myself, Kenny, Timelycook. There they are.
Look at my guys.
What's good? What's
That's gonna
good,
be on the
boy?
call.
Welcome
Look
to the
at them.
team.
Big
Oh
Type,
yeah.
what it do, boy?
Oh yeah. What up, Wop? What up, Cook?
What it do?
Can't call it, man.
Chilling.
Happy to have you. For real.
The big three. I saw. Oh, there's Cook doing his usual thing. His camera's dropping off. We had him
No,
casting scout the north. He was doing this every 5 minutes. No.
I
This
just
is, I
dropped
saw
on his
someone.
own.
I saw some. That's all right, Cook. We'll power through it. Producer Colton, tried to figure that out behind the scenes. We saw someone quote tweet our post the other day, calling you guys the first real big three in the NBA 2K League. I think everybody is scared. I think we know that other teams are on notice. It's going to be a scary defense next year.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure. And
can't
I
I can't
think
wait to get to work, man. My fault, type. I'm taking your time to shine. But as everybody know, me and Cook was number one and two on, in steals last season, and I feel like Type will give us a run for he may be number one next season. So that's what he bringing to the table.
I won't be
oh yeah,
surprised if we get
man.
defensive player this season, man.
Hey, you stole mine last season, man. You stole it.
Hey,
You
nah.
guys didn't go
Hey,
16 and
I
0.
work
Maybe
for
I would
that.
have looked better. Oh yeah, y'all definitely worked for it, man. You know what's crazy though, Shane? Out of all this though, people say this and they say big three and they want to say all this defense. It's crazy to say it now, but when they see it in person and they feeling it, and you got other players actually going against us, I think they'll understand really quick of why this group's gonna work so well together. I mean, on and off the court, I think the chemistry's there. And that what matters most is when you're out there on the court. And I can look at Cook, and I literally look at Cook as one of my best friends. I look at Watt, one of my same guys. We grind with these guys in the off season, and I think that chemistry is going to fit in so well. And a lot of people don't understand that I already know these guys before. I've talked to them before. I've played with them before. And some of these fans don't. Well, they may say, you trade Jerry, but Type, I'm gonna fit well with these guys. And I think me coming right in, all I gotta do is play my role, be myself, and it should be an easy run for the championship for sure.
It's music to my ears, buddy. And you're right. Everyone's talking about defense, but have you seen Cook shoot? Have you seen Kenny shoot? And we've seen you horse in the paint. We know you're aggressive out there too. So, I mean, man, it'll be tough to score on us, but and there's nothing better than transition buckets. But I think even in the half court, we're going to be super scary again this year. And we got unfinished business, right? After all of our success, after all of our accolades, we came short on the one thing we wanted, and that's the prize for next year. That's what we all got our minds on.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, there's one more person, Type, I want to introduce you to. We're going to bring Michael Singh onto the call here. He is our team writer. He does a lot of the journalism content that you see on our channels come out, and he's just going to come on and ask a couple questions just to help the audience get a little bit more informed about this new roster and what they should look forward to next year.
I got you.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, Michael.
What's good, Mike?
What's up with it? What's up, Mike?
Hey, thanks for taking the time. Type, welcome to Toronto.
Oh yeah.
I guess sort of unofficially, but officially. But yeah, welcome.
Oh yeah. Pleasure to be here, man. I'm happy.
Yeah. So what I want to talk a little bit about it was that moment you found out. Like, where were you? What was going through your head? What were the emotions in that scene when you found out you're going to be a member of Raptors Uprising?
Yeah, so it's crazy, but a lot of people don't know this, but I've been working the off season, and my uncle's a contractor, and I mentioned this to Shane that we just got done remodeling houses, and through this whole trading process, that's all I've been doing is working and playing 2K. So I was currently at work when I had got the call that I had got traded, and mind you, I had known the past 3 or 4 days of the teams that were interested in me, and the Raptors, during this whole process, I had no idea this was going to happen. Didn't talk to Kenny. I didn't talk to Cook. Had no idea if you guys would be able to get me or be interested in getting me. So, mind you, these last 2 weeks, I'm thinking about these 6 teams in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I could go here, I can go here. And, I'm like 16-0 team. They probably won't trade for me, but, let's keep moving, but and through the whole process, I'm always optimistic. This could happen or this could happen. And I always came back to the Raptors like, man, can I imagine myself on this team? Boy, it'd be scary, but I never thought it'd actually come to reality and be a real thing. And, I was working during the time, and Big West calls me and he said, yeah, what's up, Type? How you been? I told him, yeah, I've been good. And I didn't talk to West for like 2 weeks prior to this. So, we kind of stopped our talking, and I was like, where could he send me? How's this going to work? And West says, season 4, you will be a Toronto Raptor. And my mouth just dropped right then and there. I'm like, no way. You sending me to a team with already chemistry, instant chemistry, guys that I already know, and they've proved themselves in the league. And I just seen you guys grind the whole off season. It just meant a lot, like, to me, for you guys to actually be interested in something like that and put your faith in me to come in and be the center and kind of make you guys push forward to this championship, because I do believe I am something that what you guys were missing. I bring a lot of emotional aspect to the game, but I also my stick skill, and I think defense is one thing, but every year you can see in my seasons that I've gotten better. Each year there's something in my game that I've gotten better at, and why I think I'm going to fit well with you guys, because Jerry and me our stats were very similar last year, and being a playmaker was one of my favorite things, because I was on a team with 4 rookies. So I had to do a lot of the work, do a lot of the dirty work in the paint. I had to, find open people. So I think fitting me right in with 2 all-stars and 2 first all-team. Well, I think one of them should have made first all-team. We didn't, but it should have. But I think every year it's gonna be crazy with this team. I see a playoff berth, and immediately we're gonna go 16-0 again. I think it should be pretty easy. It's a lot of things I can say of why I believe the team's going to work. But hey,
Yeah,
it is what it is. But I'm still shocked to be talking to these guys now. I mean, I haven't even got to play with them on current gen or next gen. So when I get into the party with them, I get playing with them, it's gonna all be real again.
I saw
Right.
your GIF you posted, like sort of your head exploding, and I was like, okay, it's a good sign because through this whole conversation, I wasn't sure how you were going to react to it. I was going to expose you and say Wes did tell me we weren't on, the short list of teams, but Wes kind of cautioned that he probably felt that was because you didn't think Toronto was an option. We were going to run it back, kind of thing. But yeah, no, that was very exciting to see that you were happy. I saw you had to delete the tweet, but there was like a video of 3 guys dancing. You're like, me and my new teammates. I'm like, okay, this is going to go over well.
Because somebody spoiled it under the tweet, so I said delete. We're not gonna let anybody know what's going on.
Appreciate that. All right, appreciate that.
That's really funny. Let's talk about some of your teammates there, Kenny. I have a quote from you here from May 11th of this past season, and you guys were facing the Hornets, and you told me that they're one of the best teams in the league, and Type is also one of the best bigs in the league. Type has something to prove with the situation also, as the Warriors let him go, and he's showing them why they should have kept him. Now,
I remember that. I remember Type liking that post too.
Fast forward now,
remember
Kenny.
that post.
Your teammates here with Type. How does that transpire? Talk to me about your relationship there.
Yeah, that just goes back to respect. He's always been the type of player that you have to look out for if you're on the court. Whether it's his presence on defense, and like you said, he's been getting better every year with his scoring. So to bring him in and like Cook and them pick and roll with me, it's like I'm on a pick and roll too because I like to be involved. But it's gonna be crazy this year, and I'm looking forward to getting to work.
Right. You guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think you mentioned to me that you and Type have some pro-am experience together, right? You guys have that relationship that goes beyond just what you guys have seen in the league, right?
Of course, and we made it tough on our team because I had like 3 inside players, which is Bread, Type, and Cook. So we started last offseason off right. I was, scoring my 30, but they made it tough on me. But, I wasn't complaining because that's doing nothing but getting me better. So when I do have space, and it'll be way easier. So I don't complain when I get put in those type of situations. And like I said, these guys' resumes speak for themselves, and the league know they're in trouble.
Right on. Timely, my man.
What's going on? No, like, I gotta say too much. We got two guys that's talking like that. I could just chill and be me.
I haven't forgotten about you, Timely. Come on. In season 1, you guys, I mean, you're on the West Coast there with Sacramento, right? I feel like you and Type sort of crossed paths there a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's where our friendship started. Because we used to scrimmage them like every day. So it's either we go up there to scrimmage them, they come to our house, and we basically built a relationship as far as there. Because I see the way he was playing, he was emotional. He was very vocal, and I was emotional and very vocal, and we gelled from jump. And basically, I seen him on stage, and he made a name for himself, and I'm like, I like this kid. And from years to come, man, look at him. He one of the best centers, and I'm just glad he on my team.
And I had my eyes on both you guys way back when. Been watching from afar, and look at where we are. 3 years later, we brought it together.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy how it all comes to fruition. I guess one last one here. I'll leave this open to any of you, but there's an opportunity here, isn't there?
Oh, it's definitely an opportunity, man. Just cause like far as me talking to Kenny, man, is far. He got an aggressive center. I think they pick and roll gonna be like dangerous as far as on the offense. Then our defense, us 3, is just gonna be like, if you switch, it's like Kenny right there, pick and roll Type right there, Cook. Like it's just gonna be scary, and I just can't wait. Like I'm ready to get to work right now.
X Factor,
if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
we
just to add on
definitely
that,
have. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wop, because I want to hear what you got to say before I spill it all.
But yeah, it's definitely an opportunity because I feel like even though we went 16-0, we had a few little flaws that y'all really couldn't see because we was playing so well. But I actually feel like Ty brings in that missing piece to get us over that hump, and that's why I feel like it's a great opportunity.
To build on that before we let you wrap us up here, Type, one of the things I talked to Kenny about when we were having this conversation and was, thinking back to the times when we've played you guys, whether it was on stage in Orlando or at different moments in those like key situations where you're on the comms, you really seem like you get into survival mode when your back's up against the wall. And we need that, right? We were an amazing team when we're clicking, but sometimes like in those tighter games, those closer games, it was like we lost our comms. We kind of, we stopped talking and it's hard, right? It's, you see it coming, you're in the situation, that it's for the better to get out of it, but you just can't break it because of something going on with the chemistry when it comes to the communication. So definitely knowing that you're the type of player who in those late game situations, you get chatty, you kind of rally the troops. That was a key sort of intangible thing that we liked about you when we were having this conversation.
Oh yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that game in Orlando because what's crazy is I watched that game 2 days ago when I got the news. I'm like, man, let me watch this game back. Let me go see if they ever watched this game, because in that game, I believe we were down by 11 a few times, and you guys made a run, and then there was a few times where it looked like you're gonna win the game, and then it looked like we were gonna win the game, and then I'm like, man, I can't even see, like, the Raptors were one of the toughest teams in season 2, and when you guys were playing us that game, everything was going against my head. I'm like, yo, I gotta beat this team. I gotta do this. And it came down to Be Smooth hitting that crazy shot, that crazy deck for the win. And I'm like, man, this team's really one of the toughest teams. And after we beat you guys, after that game winner, we flooded everybody. We didn't have a close game after that. So, it just shows how tough you guys been for a long time. And, and I'm kind of glad you mentioned that, because that was a special part of my run, is that Orlando run, and being able to beat you guys. I think that's a big part of my story also coming here too. And, this opportunity is huge that we have right here in front of us. I think all three of us know what we're capable of doing. We know our skills already. And for me to bring a whole vocal standpoint of the game and nothing but communication, I think it's going to help us tremendously. Something you guys probably missed was a lot of communication late games, maybe even somebody to get you guys hyped, maybe somebody to even get you guys going. I think a lot of that comes from me. I'm the engine on defense. I think myself, being the center that I am, I become really aggressive, and I like to talk, and I like to tell people where to be at before I make a decision. So a lot of that's going to be me and Cook talking. I don't even know if Kenny's going to have enough time to talk on defense, the amount of communication that we were going to have. And I'm going to leave all that on offense for Kenny, because last year I did do a lot of talking with the Hornets on offense of when I'm going to do this and when I'm going to do that. So I'll definitely bring that, but Kenny's going to do a lot of the talking, Mr. MVP himself.
That's right. I was going to say, one thing I was going to leave us with is you mentioned we were a tough team in second season. I agree. I think our 500 record, especially once we did the trade for Jerry, we found a new rhythm, and we just couldn't bring it together enough to squeak ourselves into the playoffs. But season 1, we went on that crazy run, and we were definitely one of the toughest, if not the toughest team heading into the playoffs. People were dodging us, trying to dodge us in the first round. And then last season, we obviously had the season we had. And you know what the one variable across all 3 seasons was? You call him WAP, I call him Kenny Goat Work, but this man, putting the pieces around him that makes him comfortable was the plan, and it worked out last year. And honestly, bringing you in is still part of that plan, right? It's reinforcing the chemistry with Kenny and Timely and trying to make that a trio. That's the whole plan here. That's the vision. We can't wait to get you guys up in Toronto. We're excited that you're excited. Our fans should be excited. This is going to be another great season for Raptors Uprising, and you'll obviously be in touch over the off season, boys. We'll get some more content going, and we'll get you guys, even better introduced to the fan base here.
Oh yeah,
yes, sir.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having a call, man.
My pleasure, guys. We'll chat soon.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.